Over spring break, Bridgeway sent a team to the Maisha project in western Kenya. Every day of the trip, the Bridgeway team visited the Nyalenda slums in Kisumu to visit the sick and share the gospel. They hosted gospel teaching and discipleship training for the men and women of Maisha, with a much-needed focus on raising up male leaders in the community. They also had a day of ministry where people came to the Nyalenda office and after hearing the gospel had their feet washed as they were sent out like Jesus' disciples. Here are a few stories from the trip.
Today we visited the Nyalenda slums to pray for some of the clients of the Maisha project that's located in Nyalenda. I received a message this morning from my brother-in-law via text before we ever came out here. The text just said that he felt like God was telling him that today we would cross paths with someone who had some vision problems and that we were going to pray for this person. And so when we got to Nyalenda and we visited the first client home, she just told us that she was struggling with her vision, that because of the medication that she was on, that she was losing her vision. I was blown away to know that God had just completely gone before us and had prepared us beforehand, and it was amazing to pray over her. And then she turned around and encouraged us, and so it was an amazing day.
And we got to encourage one lady whose name was Fauzia, and just encourage her as a mother and somebody who's been pouring into her family for many years now. And her son walked in at the very last, right before we left. I think we all just knew that the Spirit was saying to us that we need to talk to him and present Christ to him. I guess the Lord had been working in his heart for a while now, and just as soon as we said that, you could see it, that he was ready to accept Christ that day. So we got to pray for him and talk him through that, and he got down on his knees and accepted Christ. So we got to really just have a party with them and really celebrate that he is now in the kingdom.
Discipleship is not always in the house, but it's like God was calling him, come today, because the day was meant for him.
I mean, you can tell that it was divinely appointed by God, because normally, as Maurice was sharing, David would not be there that day. He's normally out working, so
it was just good to see all the seeds that Maisha has been sowing here in the community, and just how they've been praying consistently for them, and just to see, we get to partake in a small little part of it, get to reap some of it, but they really put so much work into these people, and it's just great and encouraging to see what else is happening here.
Bridgeway's Maisha trip can be summed up as a time when doors were opened, hearts were awakened, sick were healed, lame walked, relationships were strengthened, believers were empowered, the gospel was spread, fear was defeated, Jesus was glorified, and the Spirit overflowed. Thank you to everyone who supported sending our team to Maisha.